Crepe is going to be one of the biggest cryptocurrency this go on, and the time is before us, the time is close by, and I'm finally making this video. Alright, this is something that has happened months back, but I didn't share it online. I just post and make videos based on the conviction that I have, based on the revelation I've had months back. Now, I'm making this video, alright, to tell you of the revelation I had in the night concerning Crepe coin, which is Crepe, right? I usually call it Crepe. It's comfortable for me that way. So when I mention Crepe, now I'm talking about Crepe. Alright, so if you're new to the channel, you are highly welcome, and I especially welcome you. And luckily enough for you, you are witnessing a very special and unique episode. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and keep watching until the end as I share why Crepe this was last year, August 2025, alright, around the time where the WikiCat pump happened, right? That was when I came to hear about Crepe coin from the prophet Joel Ogebe, alright? So when I saw that prophecy he gave, because he's someone that I've watched in 2024 and previous videos, so it's someone I recognize. I've watched several of his videos, and most especially the one where he talked about where the Lord showed him about Shiba. So because of that, when I heard him speak about Creepy, I just bought out of obedience. I had a little money then, so I just put it there. I just bought it with the hope of just leaving it there for how long, because that was what I did with WikiCat. So I just bought out of obedience and just left it. So going forward, when I bought it, I didn't buy it out of any conviction or revelation. I was not even having any kind of revelation. But it was during that season after I had bought that the Lord began to show me things and speak to my spirit around concerning things around cryptocurrency. So I began to ask the Lord, right? So when he started showing me things around cryptocurrency, he spoke to me about WikiCat, although he had spoken to me about WikiCat earlier in 2025, just around the time where I just bought WikiCat. He spoke to me around one of those months then. Well, that was just something happening in the place of prayer. So I didn't really consider it much. So, but because I know that, okay, the Lord can give me conviction if I pray about something. So I went ahead to the Lord. Father, this Crepe coin I bought, really do good, really do me well. So I just prayed about it, asking the Lord to give me a revelation, a sign, a conviction, whatever. But I got nothing. But suddenly something unique happened a few months ago. Now in 2026, um, I'm in my workplace, and one time a few months ago, I think that was April, May. I was at home and I slept that day, and in the night I was not expecting this. I was not praying about Crepe again. I had nothing to do with Crepe. I was just holding. I watched several videos of prophecies and all that concerning it. But if I don't have a conviction in my spirit about something, I'm not really going to take it seriously. I may just obey, and to be among those who obey and follow the instruction. I'm just doing that. But if I don't have the conviction, then I'll be reluctant to take a step. So I still had Crepe. I didn't buy more. I just left what I had there. But I had a revelation, and in that revelation, I went to see my parents. They were in a kind of a rural area, so not exactly completely rural, but the place was not urban like Lekki or Ikeja. But I went to visit them, and I was at home and I stood around town. I was just taking an evening stroll, I would say, because it was not in the morning. So I was walking around and I saw in a compound I saw a young man, very confident looking young man, speaking confidently. So I was attracted to him, and I slowed my walk and just watched him speaking to his friends, and he was very confident. I didn't hear what they were talking about, but he was sounding very confident, and as if he was telling them something. So me, I just smiled because he was confident. I was attracted to that personality, but I just walked past and went back home. So when I went back home, suddenly they called me out again. Someone called me out again that they want to see me. Who wants to see me? My brother is not here. He's gone out, and who wants to see me? So I walked out of the house and outside of the compound, and I saw lots of people, like so many people in the community. They just came to the house, and the moment they saw me, they were all happy to see me. They were, they had this expression of happiness to see me. And they started moving towards me. I noticed a man particularly who was, he was, I think in his 40s, yes, in his 40s, mid 40s. He just walked towards me and shook my hand and was thanking me for telling them about Crepe, for telling them to buy Crepe, that they now have hope because of me. They now have hope of a better life. I was smiling. I was just looking at them. What's going on here? I was just smiling like that. So I just, okay, yes, you're welcome. And, just trying to, be meek and all that. There were many people around the house just thanking me. And then that young boy I saw earlier came out of the crowd and just quickly ran towards me and, shook my hand and was thanking me and was speaking to me, thanking me. The same thing that man said, he said it, that they have hope of a better life because of me, because I told them about Crepe, that even if it does not happen now, they know. So in that revelation, everybody that came to the house, they knew that Crepe will change their life. So everybody was just thanking me, and I just, okay, thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Yes, yes, yes. I spoke with the young man. I was happy to speak with him because he was confident. He was a confident young man. So I just shook his hand and spoke with him, and I went back inside the house and I woke up, and that was the revelation. When I had the revelation, I was like, wow, finally. Yeah, I was happy that I saw Crepe in my revelation when I was not even worried about creepy. It was amazing, but that was the revelation. And from then on, I knew what I was doing with creep. Let me tell you, creep is a token of hope. It's going to restore hope to a lot of people who thought they will never make the kind of money they will see later in the future. It may tarry, but wait for it. It will surely happen in time. I'm telling you, even when I had that revelation, I still was not buying crepe. Of course, I didn't have much on me, and I know I was just living based on what I was paid from where I was working. So expenses were kind of tight, so I could not spare. So then the only thing I was concerned about was how to get money and buy WikiCard, and because that's my favorite token, I love WikiCard. So I was buying it. Then when I had that revelation, sometime around that was April, ending of April into May. So around the end of May into June, I started feeling an anxiousness in my spirit that the time of Crepe is near. I started getting anxious, and this is not based on the fact that it's not about money now, but something wants to happen, and I'm going to miss out. So I started feeling that anxiousness every day, every day. Sometimes I forget, then it comes again. Every day, it's time to buy Crepe. It's time to buy Crepe. It's time to buy Crepe. And I had to just, I think in a place of prayer one time, the Lord had to tell me, stop buying WikiCard. Stop buying WikiCard and start buying Crepe. That was when I stopped buying WikiCard. So the money I put in place for WikiCard, I just used it to buy Crepe. Okay. So that was how I started adding to my Crepe. And at least now I'm pushing little by little, and I hope to get a lot more in time. But these experiences I have was what solidified my conviction around Crepe. So when you see me post, when you see me talk about Crepe, this is beyond the ordinary. All right, this is beyond ordinary. So this is not sweet talking. It was an experience. All right, this was an experience. Crepe is going to be very, 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 very big. I'm telling you. One other thing that, because I don't want to just speak about spiritual things in case some people are there saying, all these people that God is showing coin, but they are not rich and all that. Yes, it won't happen overnight, but one day it will happen overnight, right? So one other factor that solidified my conviction was the perspective I shared in my last video around Crepe. Where I spoke about the fact that Crepe is an entirely new narrative, just like when Dogecoin was the biggest dog narrative, then came Shiba, the only Shiba narrative, then came Pepe, the biggest frog narrative. Now we are having Crepe, an entirely new narrative with a very strong, unique community. Oh, telling you don't want to miss out. I'm telling you. This perspective I'm talking about the narrative, was revealed to me when I was thinking last week. That was last week. Okay, the week before, 2 weeks ago, I was thinking about Crepe. I saw a lot of people losing faith and selling their bag. Then I started thinking, Lord, why are these people not having faith? I started, thinking about it. And then this narrative came to me. It was very unique. It was very special. So I've been having experiences and upon experiences about this Crepe coin. And it solidifies my conviction every day. And when I posted that perspective online, the next day, Tatswa was launched. I was so amazed. Like, so if your faith has been shaken, please keep holding. All right. Pray for the Lord to convict your heart and see for yourself. Have an experience for yourself, because Jesus is able. I'm telling you. Now, finally, as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, so this video is not financial advice, but for educational purposes and to edify believers. All right. So if this is your first time seeing this channel, if you love this video you've seen today, if you enjoyed your time with me, make sure you like the video, share it with someone to encourage them, to make them see the light that I was shown, and make sure you are subscribed. Very important, so that you can see me in the next one. And until then, remember, stay woke and connected.